This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Tamika Fox. In this week's broadcast, Northern Caribbean University announces new president, and local church celebrates national heritage. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. After months of prayer and meetings, Northern Caribbean University's Board of Governors has announced that Dr. Balvin B. Braham will take over as the university's new president, following the resignation of former President Lincoln Edwards. Braham is a familiar face to the university community. He's an alumnus of NCU, where he originally earned his diploma in education and a Bachelor's of Arts in theology. He also holds a Master of Arts in Religion from Andrews University and a Doctor of Education in Organizational Leadership from Argosy University. He currently serves as Vice President of the Inter-American Division of Seventh-day Adventists, a position he has held since 2022. Over a career spanning more than 3 decades, Dr. Braham has built a robust record in faith-based administration, higher education, organizational management, and governance. His extensive background includes serving as president of the West Jamaica Conference, a school principal, and a local church pastor, as well as holding various leadership roles within the Inter-American Division since 2005. He has also shared his expertise as an adjunct professor at multiple institutions, including NCU. Dr. Braham will officially step into his new role as president on September 1st, 2026. We thank Dr. Vivian L. Quarry, who has been serving as the interim president during this transition. Family, friends, colleagues, and community members gathered at the Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church on Tonic Williams Darling Highway on Sunday, July 26, 2026, to celebrate the life and faith-filled journey of longtime educator Valerie Patrice Roll Poitier. Poitier passed away on June 24, 2026, at the age of 62, following a courageous fight against stage 4 ovarian cancer. The service of Thanksgiving featured musical selections, scriptures, and heartfelt reflections from relatives and church leaders. Remarks were shared by representatives from the South Bahamas Conference, as well as Dr. Tamara Dixon, Vice Principal of Bahamas Academy, honoring Valerie's decades of commitment to her students and fellow educators.
Though Mrs. Poitier retired a few years ago, her influence on Bahamas Academy is still felt. Students who were blessed to sit at her feet and the parents and teachers she impacted will always remember her name.
Poitier's professional calling to early childhood education began in 1992 at One-on-One Preschool before she transitioned to the Bahamas Academy's Early Learning Center, where she served faithfully for over 30 years until her retirement in 2023. Known affectionately as the singing evangelist, Valerie enriched her community through her involvement in church, including singing in the sanctuary choir, serving as a Sabbath school superintendent, and participating in local prayer line ministries. Throughout July 2026, the Good News Seventh-day Adventist Church in the Bahamas observed Heritage Month, focusing on both national identity and the rich spiritual legacy of the Adventist faith. The church also held a special service in recognition of the Bahamas' 53rd independence celebration on July 11th, where the members celebrated the nation's achievements and prayed for the country's future. On July 18, 2026, the focus turned directly toward the church's heritage, linking National Independence Celebration with the global identity of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. The final Sabbath of the month, July 25, 2026, centered on passing faith to the next generation and confronting moral challenges in modern society. During the month-long celebrations, Good News Church honored various individuals in the community for their years of service and dedication to the country with the church's very own Good News Award of Distinction. The first honoree was Elma Garraway, a stalwart educator who served for more than 50 years in the public sector. Garraway commended the church for its initiative of recognizing individuals who have dedicated their lives to nation building.
And ladies and gentlemen, by celebrating those of us who've made a positive difference, you preserve our national heritage while inspiring others, especially the young people, to serve with distinction and integrity.
The church also recognized two more honorees, LaSonia Missick, who was the first Bahamian to serve as Regional Vice President at RBC, and the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band. Missick, who was acknowledged for her invaluable contribution to the financial sector of the Bahamas, reminded the congregation to remain faithful in God and shared the importance of having a willing spirit.
No beginning is too small for God to use. Faithfulness in small things purposes us for the greater responsibilities that we cannot yet imagine we will have. Never underestimate what God can do with a willing heart, a spirit of excellence, and a commitment to remain faithful in the small things.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force Band were honored for their decades of excellence, community engagement, and legacy in music and law enforcement. The band also served as cultural ambassadors through domestic music, ceremonies, and international tours. The band also hosts various youth outreach programs, including the Urban Renewal Band, provide foundational training in instruments and military discipline for potential future recruits. When we return, we'll have more on what's coming up in the South Bahamas Conference.
Imagine a place where faith meets purpose, where leaders, entrepreneurs, and mission-driven professionals gather with one vision: to serve God through their gifts and industries. This year, the ASI Inter-American Division invites you to the annual convention 2026 under the powerful theme, Living in Purpose. From August 12th to 15th, join us at the beautiful Barcelo Resort in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, a breathtaking setting designed for inspiration, connection, and renewal. Experience inspiring messages from spiritual leaders, engage in relevant seminars and practical workshops, build meaningful networking connections, explore dynamic exhibits, and enjoy a world-class, all-inclusive experience. This is more than a convention. It is a movement of lay members committed to advancing God's work in every sphere of influence. Come ready to grow. Come ready to connect. Come ready to live in purpose. Register today at asi.interamerica.org. ASI Inter-American Division Annual Convention 2026. We'll see you in Punta Cana.
Welcome back to our Adventist News and coming up in the South Bahamas Conference. The Atlantic Caribbean Union's Women's Ministries Department is calling all women to be a part of their 2027 devotional book. Interested individuals are asked to email their stories and testimonies to 2027devotional at atcounion.org on or before August 31st, 2026. The South Bahamas Conference Youth Department will host its summer speech competition under the theme Voices Unlocked, Speaking Faith, Courage, and Mission on Saturday, August 1st, 2026 at 4:30 p.m. at the Grandstown Seventh Adventist Church. Participants will compete across 3 age groups. Adventurers ages 5 to 9 will speak on My Favorite Bible Hero. Pathfinders ages 10 to 15 will share what Daniel teaches youth today. And Adventist youth ages 16 to 30 will present on Mission Beyond the Walls of the Church. Churches are looking forward to hosting their Vacation Bible School for the summer. Berea Church will host its VBS on August 10th and conclude on August 15th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Johnson Park Church will host its VBS from August 3rd through 7th, 6 p.m. to 7:15 nightly. All children ages 3 to 15 are invited to attend. The ASI Bahamas chapter is inviting all to the 2026 IAD ASI Convention in the Dominican Republic from August 12 to 19, 2026. For more information, contact 556-0492 or 428-4251. End It Now Emphasis Day will be held globally on August 22, 2026. The year's theme is Moved with Compassion. Let us learn how we can be more compassionate, more proactive, more helpful, and more like Jesus. For additional information, contact your local church's women's ministries leader. Join the New Providence Church as its members celebrate a monumental milestone, the church's 50th anniversary, under the theme, Celebrating God's Faithfulness, We Press On. The week of celebration kicks off Wednesday, September 9th through Sunday, September 13th, 2026, with a lineup of dynamic guest speakers throughout the week, including Pastor Waldo Casilda Bennett, Dr. Roger Monca, Dr. Peter Joseph, and Dr. Leonard Johnson. The South Bahamas Conference Sabbath School Department is excited to present Friendship Sabbath on September 26, 2026. This special day is a wonderful opportunity to invite a friend to Sabbath School as we come together to share Jesus. Mark your calendars, invite someone close to you, and join us to experience the love of Christ together. Bahamas Academy Alumni Weekend will be held from October 30th to November 1st, 2026. Come and enjoy a weekend of memories, Bahamas Academy style. Feel free to visit the South Bahamas Conference website at southbahamasconference.org to receive more information on all our upcoming conference events. There, you can also view a rebroadcast of our Adventist News Update, along with other local programming from our cable channel ATV 658, and read the weekly logos and the Adventist page from the Nassau Guardian.
Anger is an intense emotion that can sometimes cause hostile behavior and activates our fight or flight response. There's no one way to cause anger. In fact, every individual has different triggers. Some people think that anger is a bad emotion and that emotion should be kept in. But bottled anger makes things worse and oftentimes lead to depression and anxiety. Most times, anger pushes us to do better. If handled correctly, it can give us a sense of calm after an outburst and motivate us to effectively solve problems. Our diet can increase our mood when we eat fish and leafy greens that contain dopamine, otherwise known as the feel-good chemical. Even by getting more vitamin D from the sun, we can reduce our incidence of depression and mood disorders. The Better Health Channel suggests healthy ways to manage anger for the long term. 1. Keep a diary of your angry outbursts and try to understand why you get mad. 2. Exercise regularly. 3. Learn relaxation techniques such as meditation or yoga. Ephesians 4 verse 26 says, "Be ye angry, and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath." This has been Parisha Ferguson with your health tip, courtesy of Adventist Television. And remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
Let's go now to the Adventist News Network with our news feature from around the world.
Communities around Honiara and the Solomon Islands are benefiting from free healthcare services through a 2-week outreach as part of the Solomon Islands for Christ campaign. Organized by Amazing Facts, Oceania, in partnership with 10,000 Toes campaign, The initiative brings medical teams directly to communities with limited access to health care. Health clinics are operating at 8 locations, offering free health assessments, dental and eye care, physiotherapy, massage, lifestyle counseling, and children's programs. A special clinic also addresses the widespread use of betel nut, a major health concern in the country. Organizers say taking healthcare into local communities has enabled them to reach more people in need. More than 140 volunteers from Australia, the United States, Guam, and Alaska are supporting the outreach. Along with providing healthcare, the teams are offering prayer, Christian literature, and invitations to evening evangelistic meetings, while strengthening the long-term work of the 10,000 Toes campaign to promote healthier lifestyles across the Solomon Islands.
Well, that's it for our Adventist news from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. To share what is happening at your church, please email your news stories and upcoming events to sbcadventistnews@gmail.com. To view a rebroadcast of the Adventist news, along with other programming, and to keep in touch with what's happening at our conference, visit our website at southbahamasconference.org. The SBC Media Network's Facebook and Instagram pages are filled with lots of materials from the Communications Department, so you would want to check those out. And remember to subscribe, like, follow, and share. You can watch and listen to programs from our radio station, Word SBC 88.3 FM, and our Adventist television channel, ATV 658. Get updates, insights, and first-hand information from the SBC Media Network as it happens. The programming from ATV 658 can also be viewed on the South Bahamas Conference YouTube channel, so feel free to watch a recap of our Adventist news. On behalf of our production team, it was our pleasure to bring you tonight's news update. I'm Tamika Fox for the SBC Media Network. Have a happy Sabbath.